got Caesar up there. You got the angels as lily white, pink, pasty white people with blonde hair and blue eyes. And having blue eyes is a defect. All right? Oh, look at them pretty blue eyes. Nah, that's a defect, man. There's something wrong with you. All right? Right, they call it, and if they do get close to the Most High, they'll call his name Yahweh. All right? Now, like I said, the 42 months represent 3.5 years, which represent 350 years when America was established. It really wasn't established in was it 1776 and all that, the independence. It really came into its power beginning in 1620. That's when America started, the so-called pilgrims and the Puritans and so forth. They came in the name of the Lord, which they had a white image of the Lord. That's when it really started. And it ended in 1970. Because when you go to Obadiah, it says, thence will your kingdom come down. So this society has been coming down since 1969, 1970. So you've been going down. Go ahead.
It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Read that again.
It says, and all that dwell upon earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Read that one more time.
It says, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him.
All that dwell upon the earth, people that dwell upon the earth, different nations, including Israelites, shall worship him. Go ahead. This system, go ahead.
Whose names are not written in the book of life.
Whose names are not written in the book of life. So who's written in the book of life? The elect. Go ahead.
It says in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Why would John say that? Because he's talking about the people that put us into slavery. So really it's referring to these Edomites, because he's talking about these Edomites. Go ahead.
It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb.
This is further focusing on America. It had two horns like a lamb. The two horns represent Republicans and the Democrats. The Roman Empire, you had two systems, two parties, so to speak. The plebeians and the patricians. All right? The plebeians represented the poorer class, which today you have the Democrats. The patricians represent the Republicans, so you can have a better understanding. Go ahead.
And he spake as a dragon.
Read that again from the top.
It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. And
another thing, a lamb is docile, meek, humble. So when they came over here for so-called religious reasons, right? The Puritans, they came to bring the truth of God and the Bible to America. That's why your universities and your colleges and your school system was set up for what? Religious studies. Go ahead.
And he spake as a dragon.
And the true colors came out that he was a dragon. He spake as a dragon. What does it mean he spake as a dragon? The dragon's referring to the Roman Empire. The dragon was mean and rough. So America started as we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna be this is gonna be a Christian nation. But in reality, you're showing your true colors, which is the Roman system. Go ahead.
It says, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him.
Who's the first beast before him? The Roman Empire, which is known as a dragon. Go ahead.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
The first beast is who? The Roman Empire. How do you worship the first beast? In the third grade, they teach you Roman numerals and so forth. If you want to learn about botanical system, how the names of different plants and flowers and trees, they have what's called botanical names, which are all either Greek or Romanized names. If you want to study space and the stars, the different stars and the planets are named after Greek and Roman gods. Animals named after certain your musculature, all named after Latin terms, Latin terminology. You want to be a doctor, the terms and learning about the different body parts and the different medications have Latin or either Greek names to it, mainly Latin. Law, you want to get into law? You got to learn Latin. Corpus delicti, which one? Corpus delicti, caveat emptor, Latin. What's the other one? Prima facie. That's what I was thinking. Prima facie. First, that's Latin. What's that? Habeas corpus. That's Latin. So this system that you get into is basically goes back to the ways of the ancient Romans, which they spoke what? Latin. Go ahead.
It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right, and they first did that when they dropped, what was that, Fat Boy and Little Man on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Then during the time of the Vietnam conflict, they dropped napalm on the people. There's a famous picture of a little Vietnamese girl butt naked with her skin peeled off from the napalm. And they had a song, and they focused on that song in the movie with this guy, Richard Gere, officer and a gentleman. When they were running on the beach, the drill sergeant, which was played by Lou Gossett, he was saying that napalm sticks to kids. So that's one of their songs. So they glorify in killing. Go ahead.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
In other words, if you don't go by our system, we're going to drop bombs on you. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
And the image is not talking about the image of Caesar Borgia. Even though that's part of it, the image is a whole system, the whole Romanized system. The school system is based upon the Romanized system. Like I said, you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, a botanist, an undertaker, whatever you want to get into, those terms, when you get your textbooks, those terms go back to Latin terms. Go ahead.
It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, that's why they're bombing the hell out of them in Libya and those Arab nations, because they don't want to convert to Christianity. They don't want democracy in their system. That's why they're killing them. That's why they're dropping bombs on them and killing them. Go ahead.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
And he caused, read that again.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
Small and great, rich and poor, the poor person as well as the rich person, free and bond. We're bond. We represent small, the small. We represent the poor, and we represent the bond. That's why you got a social security number. So it's talking about people. Go ahead.
It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
And ultimately it's that chip, which they're already instituting that chip. Go ahead.
and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yeah, because these newer cars, me and this other brother went into a Ford dealership to get a key made, and we were looking at the newer cars like the 2011 Ford Taurus. I mean, it looks like a spaceship on the inside, and there's not a entry for a key. Basically, you use your finger.